So today we just want to see about how to work with the Maven lifecycle phases. Okay, they are also called as Maven commands. So first we are going to look at about Maven commands. So then next we are going to look at about creating the first Spring application. Okay, so we are going to start Spring 4 application. The first application we are going to complete in the today's class. Okay, right. Hmm. So let us open. I'm just going to open the document here first. Okay. So in the previous session, we have discussed about the different Maven archetypes. Just to understand about what is Maven archetypes that I told in the last class, right? It is a project template. So that we can quickly set up our project structure without creating the folders manually. Okay, right. So we even discussed in the last session, which is related to Maven repositories. And you know how to write the dependency tag in the form.xml file. One dependency is nothing but one jar file required to either compile or run our application. That is called one dependency. Okay, dependency means one library, nothing but one jar file. So today we want to continue to have the discussion on what is the Maven lifecycle phases. See, then I'm going to talk about an application to show you like a simple application we will create to just explain about, or otherwise in the first Spring application, you are going to understand about all these Maven lifecycle stages. So there are Maven lifecycle commands. We are going to understand about them. That is the another point which you guys need to know before we start with the the first Spring application with Maven, because every Spring application, please. Every Spring application that we are going to develop with Maven, every Spring application we are going to develop with Maven. So without using the build tool, we can create a Maven Spring application, but we cannot create a Spring Boot application. So creating an application with Maven will make us to quickly set up our project, and we no need to download the dependencies. We no need to add the dependencies to the class path. So we no need to finally do the build process. It will be automatically taken care by the Maven, because Maven is a build tool. So now coming to the final point, which is related to Maven, that is required today to start with the application. That is called Maven lifecycle commands. Let's say Maven commands. Okay, we are going to understand about Maven commands. So this is also called as life cycle phases of the Maven project. Whatever the word that we can use, easily to remember, simply Maven commands. So these commands, what you guys need to know. Once the project structure is created, okay, once the project structure is created, if I want to, what I can say, if I want to compile my source code, if I want to compile the source code of the project, okay, if I want to compile the source code of the project, then we are going to use one command called mvn compile. Or if you want to verify whether the project structure is properly created or not, then there is a command called mbn verify. Okay, so mbn represents maven command. Where do I type these commands? I'm going to type these commands in the command prompt. Okay, I'm going to type these commands in the command prompt. In the command prompt, I'm going to type the commands called maven commands. But if at all I want to compile the, or sorry, if I want to execute the maven commands, okay, with mbn commands, first what should I do is I need to install or I need to set up the maven in the my Windows path. So how to set up the path in the Windows, that I'm going to tell you next. These commands I can execute either within IDE or from command prompt. For example, if I'm executing these commands in the IDE in my Eclipse or STS IDE, then I no need to type mbn. But if I'm executing from command prompt, I should type this command called mbn. Let us see, first of all, okay, first of all, what we want to do is we want to open the STS IDE. First of all, we want to open the STS IDE. Now, my workspace name is test. Of course, I'm going to change the workspace later. But currently, I'm using one dummy workspace called test. Now see here, for example, I want to create one new Maven project. If I want to create one new Maven project, I'm just going to click on the file menu so that I can able to create a new Maven project. I'm just going to click on next. When you click on the next, of course, I'll give you all these steps to you. Then here I told you, you have to choose the Maven archetype. Which archetype that I'm going to choose? Quick start archetype I need to choose because I'm going to create a simple console applications at the beginning. So for that, I should type in the filter Maven hyphen archetype. It's what type of archetype? Quick start. So when I say Maven archetype quick start, there are multiple archetypes are available with the same name called Maven archetype quick start. You need to select from the Apache Maven archetypes. You can select other things also. This is from Apache. These two are from different other vendors. Okay. So now I'm going to choose the last one. Maven archetype quick start from Apache Maven. Then I have to click on next. Then here I need to enter group ID, artifact ID, version, and package. Actually, these are called the new project. We can say values, or we can say facets. Facets is a big word to you. Better word I'll use coordinates. These are the new project coordinates you have to enter. What is the group ID of your project? What is the group ID of your project? Means with which group ID the projects you want to identify. Okay. Next, what is the artifact ID? Means what is the name of the library or name of the project that you want to specify. And what is the version you want to specify for your project. And what is the package name for your class. So these are the details I need to enter. What are the details I need to enter? Group ID, artifact ID, version, and package. These are four values are called as project coordinates or project values. Okay, I will tell you about that. Group ID means organization ID. Suppose you are creating a project. Okay, you are creating a project and you are working in a company. So then your company will have a group ID. To identify the projects created by your organization, there is a group ID. So how do we rate the group ID? Generally, mostly is to make it as unique. Reverse name of the domain name will be used as group ID. Reverse name of the domain name means what? For example, I took in.ashokit because our website is what? ashokit.in. That is our domain name. That is our Ashokit organization domain name. So what is the reverse of it? In.ashokit. So mostly to make it uniquely identifiable, to make it as unique, reverse name of the domain name is a group ID of the organization. Okay, next. Artifact ID means project name. Whatever the name that you want, project name. That's your wish. Are you able to get my point now? For example, okay, for example, I want to write, let's say, okay, I'm going to delete this and I'm going to write once again, Spring APP1. Some artifact, this is called what name? Project name. And this is the version of your project. By default, it give you 001 dash snapshot. Snapshot means it's an indication that this project is not yet finalized. It is still in development or in testing. When the project is in development or testing, then the version will be snapshot version. Once it is finalized, then the version will be changed from snapshot to release. Snapshot to release. So snapshot is a word used indicating that what the project is currently under development or under testing. So once development is completed, testing is completed, now it is ready for production. It is ready for use. Then the project version will be changed from snapshot to release. That is a terminology used in Maven. Okay. Now currently we are using snapshot. Next, package name. By default is giving in.ashok.it, that is your group ID dot your project name as a package name, but you can change it. You need to change this. You can change it. For example, I'm writing com.app, something, whatever you want. The package name is com.app. Later, if you want multiple packages, you can create. Just provide one package name at least, com.app. Then click on finish. So these 4 values are called as what? Coordinates project. Whenever you want to create a new Maven project, for a new Maven project, you should pass these parameters. These are called parameters or coordinates, whatever it is. What are the new Maven project parameters? Group ID, artifact ID, version, package. Then you need to click on finish. Finish. Because these basics are required to start with the application development today. Now it is just showing us what is the group ID, artifact ID, version and package, the parameters you provided. And is the details are correct or not, you just confirm once. How do we confirm now? Y. Y means yes. Confirm. Now we got a message called what? Build success. Okay. Once build success I got. Now you can see that Maven project structure you know already. Right. What is the important file? Pom.xml. But my intention is what I want to explain you first today. I want to explain about something called as Maven commands. Observe it. For example, only for example, by default, one Java file created. What's the file created? App.java, which is a main class, which is hello world main class. One by default created. If you want, you can delete this file, but by default, one file definitely created. What's the file created? App.java with hello world code. One hello world program is created with the name called app.java by default. If you want, you can add another class or another package, whatever you want, you can create from now onwards. From now onwards, whatever you want, you can able to create now. You can create new classes, you can create new packages, whatever you want, you can able to create here. But currently, by default, what is created? App.java file is created with a hello world program. Now, what is the next step that I want to tell you is, suppose you are writing some additional packages, you are creating some classes, you are doing something like that. Now, what is the next step? Now, you need to compile them. You need to compile them. So I want to tell you now, if you want to compile the source code of this Maven project, you can do within the IDE only. Otherwise, you can also do it from the command prompt. Okay, 2 things are, that's what I'm trying to tell you now. So you have to execute some Maven commands. Suppose, assume that this is app.java file. This is a main file. I mean, a hello world program is created. But how to compile this one now? How to compile this file created, but this is not compiled. How to compile it now? To compile, you have to execute one command. From where I can execute that command? I can execute the command in the IDE only. Otherwise, I can also execute it from command prompt. I can execute from the IDE or I can execute from the command prompt. Now I want to execute within IDE only. How can I execute within IDE? Right click on the project, then go to option called as what? Run as. Then you should select Maven build ... You can find Maven build, three dots are available. Maven build ... three dots available. So you have to click on this. And then you got something called as another window. In this window, you can able to see goals text box. In this goals text box, you need to type compile. What should I type? Compile. Same command. How can I type from command prompt if I'm not using within IDE? Then I should type mvn space compile is a command. But within IDE, if you are compiling, if you are executing the Maven command in IDE, then no need to type mvn. Just directly what you can type here? Compile. That's it. Compile. Are you able to clear me now? Okay, I'll show you that. Don't worry, I will show you. I want to clear all these drawings. Now, I just want to click on the run button. Nothing to enter, just only one thing you have to enter. What is that? Compile. Compile. Click on run button. I got a message called what? Build success. Once after I got the message called build success, then what should I do is I need to refresh my project. Refresh my project. I'm just going to refresh. After once I got refreshed, you can able to see that in the target folder, there are some other folders are newly created. When these new folders are created, after clicking on, after compile, in the target folder, some new folders are created. Are you able to get my point now? This is Package Explorer. If you want, I can show you in the Project Explorer view. Now, this is the same project, but in the Project Explorer view. Okay, right. Something, don't worry. But what happened now whenever I executed compile, some new folders are created in the target folder and it is compiled. Build success means what? The code is compiled. If any errors are there, we'll get what? Build failure. Let's say, for example, we are going to see that later better. Okay, I'll show you build failure later. Next, once it is compiled, I'll go to again right click run as Maven build ... Okay, if I, for example, I write test. What's the goal name? Test is one more command of Maven. There are different commands now. Verify is a command. Verify is for what? Maven command verify is to verify the project structure. Verify is a project structure verification. First time it will download everything from the central repository. We got a message called what? Build success. Verify is a command. Refresh. Okay, refresh. Verify is one command. I'll tell you. Next command is compile. Compile. Mostly, I'll tell you now. Compile, build success. Next command is a test. Okay, test. If I say test, if I execute the test command, then what happens now? It is going to compile and execute the test cases. It is going to execute the test cases. How many tests run? One test. Test run one. How many failures? Zero. How many errors? Zero. Sir, various test case have not written any test case na? Don't worry. By default, you created one app.java file is created. Similarly, in the test Java location, there is one class created called app test. This is also by default created. We are not creating it. We are not creating any test cases. Okay. We are not creating a test cases. By default, what is created? App test.java file created. By default, what Java file created? App.java. So what and what files are by default created? App.java, app test.java. This is a test case. App test is created under test Java. App.java is created under main Java source. Main Java means our source code. Test Java means test cases. So are you writing the test case or it is automatically generated? It is automatically generated. What is the generated one? App test.java. Very good. So we are nothing to worry. We are not discussing about the test case now. Okay, right. Now observe it. So far, the important commands which I have executed, simply one command is compile. Second command is a test. Okay, compile, test. Next one is, okay, verify, just to verify the project structure, no need to execute that. Only important commands I'm talking about. Next one is called package. When you execute this package command, your project will be converted to one jar file. If it is a web application, converted to WAR file. If it is a web application, then it is converted to WAR file. If it is a console application, quick start application, not a web application, then whenever you execute this package command, then your project is converted to what file? Jar file. And this jar file you can able to see in the target folder. In the which folder? Target folder. In the target folder, you can able to see what file next? Jar file. When after executing which one? Package. Currently what command I have executed? Compile. Next one? Test. Next I'm going to execute what? Package. Package. Understand it. Only 4-5 commands if you remember, then that is enough. Right click. Run as maven build ... What is the command? Package. Package. Click on run. What is the message I got now? Build success. Build success. After build success, what I do every time? Right click, refresh. You have to refresh your project once. Now go to target folder. In the target folder, you can see there is one jar file created. What's the name of the jar file created? Spring App 1. Project name? What is the version? 001-snapshot.jar. A jar file is created here. If it is a web application, then what file is created? WAR file is created. Next, what I will do actually, this jar file, whatever the jar file is created, this jar file, we are going to deploy onto the servers. This jar file we are going to deploy onto the servers. We are going to deploy it on servers. Okay, that's what we do. In place of jar, if it is a web application, then what file is created? WAR file. This jar file or WAR file that we are going to deploy on a server. We are going to deploy on the servers. Are you able to follow me now? This jar file or WAR file, we are going to deploy on the servers. It may be development server, testing server, pre-production server, that's called UAT server, later production server. Okay, right? So there are different environments, dev environment, test environment, UAT, which is called pre-production. Okay, right? Sometimes SIT will be there. Next, production. Standard 4 environments: development environment, test environment, user acceptance test environment, next production environment. Okay, this jar file or var file will be deployed onto dev environment. After that, test environment, next UAT. After once UAT is passed, is accepted, then what happens now? The version of the project will be changed from snapshot to release. RELEASE, release. And this release is deployed onto production. Production means live. Project is in use for the customers. Okay. So this is called jar file. So which command I have executed just now? Package command of Maven I have executed. So that it is going to package my project into jar file or var file. Currently, we are not discussing about web application. So that's why what file is created? Jar file is created. In Spring Boot, whether it is any type of application, jar file only created in Spring Boot. But when you are not working with the Spring Boot, then for web application, what file is created? Var file. And for normal Java application, console application, what is created? Jar file. Jar file. Okay, good. Now, understand here. Okay, I have deployed onto server. This jar file deployed onto server and development server, testing server. Some test is going on, something is failed, project is not working correctly. Okay, not working correctly. Then what can I do now? I have to do some changes in my code now. So I did some changes in my code now. First I have to remove this old jar file. I have to remove this old jar file. For that, I will go to my project, run as maven build dot dot dot. Okay, then I can say clean. Then I say debug or run, whatever it is. I think I have selected debug as, actually should select run as maven build dot dot dot. What should I type here? Clean. Click on run. Now I got build success. Now simply right click, refresh once. Always you need to do refresh once a command is executed. Now you see the target folder is empty. Means in the target folder, whatever the previously the subfolders created, the jar file created, all these are deleted or not? Yes. Now I'm going to make some changes to my code now. After changing my code, once again I need to compile my code. Then which command I have to execute? Compile. After that I have to run my test cases. Test command. After that again I need to package my project into jar file package. Are you able to follow me now? Then what file is created? New jar file is once again created. What is created? New. That jar file we will deploy on servers. If again still errors are there, then again clean first. How to remove the previous build? Previous build means previously generated files are there. How to remove them? Clean. Are you able to follow me now? Good. Observe it. Listen to me. Suppose, actually I should get not only hello world, output I want to print it. Hello world. Thank you. I did some change my code now. Some changes are made in my code. There are some changes happened in my code. Now what should I do after making some changes to my code? Now I need to start. Right click. What should I say? Run as. What should I say? Maven build dot dot dot. What to do first? Compile. Next test. Next package. Correct? Compile, test, package. Instead of typing first compile, then test, then package, directly we can type package also. Now see, directly what I'm typing? Package. I'm not executing compile command. I'm not executing test command. What I'm executing? Package command. Then click on what button? Run. We got a message called what? Build success. Then right click and refresh once. Refresh. Once you refresh, open what folder? Target folder. In the target folder, then tell me the jar file is newly created now. The jar file is ready now. Yes. Which command directly I have executed? Package. If you do package, then what Maven will do first? It will compile, then it will execute the test cases, and then it is going to create the jar file. Package the project into jar file. Everything is done with a single command. What's the command? That's why we don't type manually, compile first, then test, then package like that. Directly, which command will type? Package. Only one command we type. That's called package. Are you able to get my point now? Right. Very good. If I want to rebuild this application, I have some doubt. I want to rebuild it again. Then tell me first how to clean the previous build. Now? How to clean? I want to create a new jar file for the project by deleting the previous one. How to do that? First go to run as Maven build dot. Otherwise directly shortcut is there. Maven clean. What is that? Maven clean. This is also a shortcut. Otherwise you go to Maven build dot and type clean. Both are same. Directly you can type what? Maven clean. You have a shortcut already. Maven clean. Is everybody getting my point now? Otherwise go to what? Maven build dot type what? Clean. If you want to execute two at a time, clean then package again. First clean the previous, start the new one, new build. New build in the sense what? Newly package the project. Then we can type clean space package. Are you able to follow me? See here. For example, I have added one more SOP statement. Actually, 3 lines of output required, 2 lines only displayed, which is there is a mistake. Now I'm correcting my mistake. So, hello world, thank you. Done. So 3 lines code. What should I do then? Previously, one jar file created for the project, but that is not working. It is displaying only 2 lines of output, the project. But how many lines of output required? That's why I changed my code. Now what to do now? First, previous one I have to delete. Previously, one jar file is created for the project. What should I do? I should delete it. I should delete that previous one and I should start creating the new one. Means what to do first? Clean the previous jar file. Clean the previous build. Then start the new build. How can I do both at a time? Go to run as build dot. What can I type here? Clean space package. Space, not comma. Space. Okay. Now refresh. Now refresh. Now what happened when you say refresh? The previous ones are deleted. Again, the new ones are created. 2 things are happened. First, clean executed. After that, package executed. Right? Good. So both we can do at a time by giving a space. This clean is a just shortcut. Instead of going to build dot and type clean, directly what you can click on? Maven clean. A shortcut. Build success na? Right click, refresh. Then tell me the target folder is empty or not? Yes, nothing but clean is executed. Whenever you say clean, whenever you execute the clean command, which folder contents are deleted? Target folder. Whenever you compile, where the new files generated are stored? Target folder. The target folder is going to contain new folders, files, and all. Okay, whenever you compile, whenever you test, whenever you click on, whenever you execute a package. Are you getting my point now? Right. So, things to understand now. So, how to clean the previously generated files? How to clean the previously generated files? Clean. How to generate the new files? Again, compile, test, package. Instead of typing separately, What's the direct command we can type? Package. Package. Again, understand. See, everybody, try to understand now. You should understand compile is a command, test is a command, compile is a command, test is a command, package is a command. Package means what file created? Jar file created. If it is a web application, where file created. Where we can see this jar file? In the target folder. Whenever you compile, what files are created? Whenever you say compile, what files are created? Dot class files. When you compile the source code, what files are created? That where the dot class files are also stored in the target folder. Whenever you execute the test command, what happens now? Test cases are compiled and executed. Test cases are compiled means again class files are created. Again, they are also stored in which folder only? In the target folder only. Whenever we say package, what file is created? Jar file. This jar file also stored in which folder only? Target folder. So how to delete all the previously generated files? Clean. Okay. Now understand here. When we say package command, what file is created? Once again, you tell me. Jar file created for the project. This jar file is stored in which folder? Target folder. Target folder of my project. My requirement is this jar file I want to store in the target folder. Okay. The packaged jar file I want to store it in the target folder. Plus, I also want to store it in my local repository. In the last class, I told you every system contains one local repository, Maven local repository, Maven central repository. I told two things. So tell me, in my system, what repository is available? Local repository is available. What is available? Local repository is available, right? Very good. Do you know what the location of local repository? It is there in the notes, but I told already in C drive, users, administrator, under administrator folder dot m2 dot m2 contains a folder called what? Repository. This is a location of local repository. Once again, see the location. Open C drive. You can see the folder called what? Users. Open the users folder. You can see the folder called what? Administrator. Maybe in your system administrator or whatever. In my system it is Windows. Next, under that was a subfolder. Dot m2. Under that what? This is called what? Local repository. Tell me this jar file. I just want to not only store in the target folder of the project, I also want to store it in the local repository. Then I have to execute the next command called install. What is the command? Install. So what is the difference between package and install in Maven commands? Package command will create the jar file and will place it in the target folder. It will store in the target folder of the project. But install command will copy the jar file also into the local repository. Able to follow me? Local repository. Definitely, you'll see that. First of all, then I'll write all the notes for you. Don't worry. But first try to understand them. Okay. Right click. Right click. Run as Maven build dot dot dot. Tell me, direct command is what to create the jar file? Package. No need to type separate commands called what? Compile, test, like this. Directly what we can type? Package. Then click on run. Now we are going to refresh our project once we get the build success there. After getting the build success, what I'm going to do? Refresh. Refresh. Tell me, when I click refresh in the target folder, we can see what file? Jar file. This is a jar file of our project now. Our project name, our project version dot jar. Project name, project version dot jar. Am I clear with this now? Good. But this is not stored in which repository? Local repository. Okay, good. First of all, where is local repository? We'll open that. C drive. C drive, users, Windows or administrator, depends on your system. For the folder name, .m2 repository. In this repository, this is local repository. Again the question, how the files are maintained in this local repository? First, group ID folders are created. I told in the last class. What folders are created? Group ID. Suppose my group ID of the project is what? In dot Ashok IT. These are my project parameters, which means one folder created called what? In. For the subfolder created called Ashok IT. One more folder is created called Ashok IT. This is group ID. Next, artifact ID. Artifact ID means our project name. What is the project name? Artifact ID gave Spring App 1. Version folder. What is the version? 001 dash snapshot. Inside this version folder, jar file will be stored. Under which repository? Local repository. Under which repository? Local repository. In the local repository, the jar file is stored at this location. What is this? In Ashok IT? Group ID. What is Spring App 1? Artifact ID, project name. What is 001? Version. Here the jar file is stored. But tell me, I'll open that. Show me in folder first. In this repository, do you find anywhere in folder? No. Arg folder is there, JUnit folder is there, IO folder is there, COM folder is there, something is there. But where is my in folder? Is available or not available? Not. Why not? Why not in folder is created in the local repository? Because which command we have executed here? Package. Package only. Package means the jar file will be only stored in the target folder of the project, but not stored in the local repository. How to store it in local repository? Right click, run as maven build ... then install. Otherwise, shortcut is available here. For the shortcut, maven install. Okay, your choice. I'll type install. Then click on run. So finally, we got something called as what? We are just going to refresh our project. Build success, we got it now. Okay, we will do one thing. We'll go to local repository. Local repository is open. Now tell me, in folder is now created or not? Yes, in folder is created. In folder, Ashok ID folder is also created. In Ashok ID folder, what is our artifact ID? Spring App 1. What is the version? 001 snapshot. Now tell me, in this, the jar file is available or not? Yes. For the jar file name, Spring app1 -001 snapshot. It is showing like a WinRAR file, but it's a jar file only. If I remove the WinRAR software in my machine, it looks like jar file. Don't worry. It is jar file only. Don't worry. Now tell me, the jar file is not only in the target folder stored, it is also stored in the local repository. So tell me, what is the command that we have to execute to store in the local repository? Install. What is the difference between package and install? Package means for the project, a jar file is created. That jar file will be stored in the target folder of the project, but not stored in the local repository. But install means this jar file is copied to the local repository, and in the local repository also they are stored. Able to follow me now? Very good. Now, first of all, tell me how to clean the previous build.
Clean command.
Directly I can type maven clean. Otherwise, go to ... and type the clean. Only clean I want. Clean, build success, refresh. Refresh. Now target folder is empty. Target folder is what? Empty. Now go to the local repository and check whether it is deleted from the local repository also or not. .m2 repository in Ashok IT app1 version jar file is available. Tell me, when I say clean, it is deleted from local repository or only from target folder? That is also important. Target. It is only deleted from target folder, but not deleted from the local repository. But don't worry. Suppose what happens next time when you say build? Next time you right click on the project, directly go to run as maven build ... What's the command you type here? Package. Inside package, you can directly type what also? Install. Because install is a command after package, which means what install will do? First it will compile the code, compiles and execute the test cases. Next it is going to package the project into jar file. That jar file is installed in the again local repository. It will replace old one with a new one. Okay, right? So tell me, install means tell me what and what are executed. Once again, I'll write here. If I type install here, what and what are executed? Compile command is executed. Test executed. Yes. Package executed. Then install executed. So if I type install, all these are executed. If I type package, compile and test are executed. Are you able to follow me now? Right. Let's click on. I want to click on run command. So after getting build success, right click, refresh your project once. Now see, open the target folder, then tell me the new jar file is created or not. Yes, created. But which command I have executed? Install. Okay. Before install, what and what commands are executed? Compile executed, test executed,
test and package.
Package executed, then install executed. So what is the difference between package and install? Package command will only store the jar file in the, it will generate the jar file and stores it in the target folder of the project. But install will store it, will copy the jar file into local repository also. Now the question is, what is the use of storing in the local repository? Unnecessarily memory wasted. Jar file also occupies some memory. File definitely occupies what? Memory. Some KBs or MBs, but occupies some memory or not. What is the use of storing it in the local repository unnecessarily? Why are you storing it?
Sir, so if we have some dependent project, so like the jar would be picked up from that local repository.
Exactly. Suppose I'm creating two projects, project 1 and project 2. Suppose I'm creating project 1 and project 2. I want to use project 1 as a dependency in the project 2. Two projects I'm developing in my system. I'm creating two projects. When I'm creating second project, I want to use which project as a dependency? Project 1 as a dependency. For project 1, one jar is there, na? For project 1, what file is created? This jar file I want to use like a dependency in what? Which means what? Project 2 depends on project 1. Are you able to get my point? Now tell me, whenever we are creating another project for which this project 1 is a dependency, then tell me I need to install this project 1 jar file into which repository? Local repository. Okay. And in the project 2, I will add what? Project 1 as a dependency with group ID, with artifact ID, with version. We are going to add now. Tell me, in the project 2, I'm adding which one as a dependency? Project 1 as a dependency. Tell me, Maven is going to use it from where? Local repository. Local repository. So when should I install a project's jar file into the local repository? When it is recommended? If you are creating another project and in that project you want to use this project as a dependency, then you have to install the jar file into local repository. Otherwise, not required. Unnecessarily memory will be wasted. Are you able to get my point now? Good. So there are some commands so far I have explained to you. Once again, now I will tell you. So multiple things I'm going to explain so that you feel a little bit comfortable when you are working with the Spring and Spring Boot. See, now we are working with IDE. We are working with IDE. I want to clean now. Maven clean. After getting a message called build success on console, I'll click refresh. Now tell me target folder is empty now. We are done with the clean now. It is clean. Tell me, I'm executing the commands from where now? Within IDE. But not from command prompt. We can also execute these commands from command prompt. Within IDE you can do it, or you can also execute from. But if you want to execute them from command prompt, what's the command you have to type? MVN. What is that? MVN. But for that, first of all, what you need to do is you have to download the Maven software. If you are working with IDE, already in IDE, Maven is inbuilt. Every IDE, STS, Eclipse, IntelliJ, VS Code. Able to follow me? All these IDE softwares have inbuilt Maven software is there in that. But tell me, when I'm executing from command prompt, my system also need Maven software. Able to follow me now? So far we are executing from where? So far we are executing these commands, but from where? From IDE we are executing. From IDE. Already in the IDE software, Maven is built in. Maven software is built in available within the IDE. But tell me, if I want to execute from command prompt, what should I do? I have to download the Maven software. Maven.apache.org is a website. What is the website? Maven.apache.org is the website. And here we need to click on what? Download. Are you able to follow me? Download. And when you click on download, saying system requirements, Maven 3.9 version, 3.9 plus requires JDK 8 or about to execute. Okay, we are working with Java 17. When you just go down, you are finding one zip file. What is the zip file? Apache Maven 399-bin.zip. Bin for binary. This is for bin for Windows, tar for Linux or Mac. Then tell me which one I am going to choose. Bin.zip file, binary zip archive. This one I am going to click. When I click on this, what file is downloaded? When I click on this, for example, what file is downloaded? Zip file downloaded. Then what I will do? Extract. That's it. Observe it. I'm going to one download in progress. It is saying done here. Okay. Just one zip file is downloaded now. One zip file is downloaded here. Apache Maven 399 bin.zip file downloaded now. So I'll go to my downloads location. Tell me just now which one downloaded? Apache Maven 399 bin. Double click means extract. Extract to the same folder called Apache Maven 399 bin. In this folder, Maven is installed. Okay. Extracted. See, one folder is created called what? Apache Maven. Open it. You can see the Apache Maven software now. Inside that, there is a folder called what? Bin folder. This bin folder has mbn command or not? What's the command? Mbn. So first, what should I do after installing? I have to set this in the path. Means copy this location, Control C. Copy this like JDK path setting. This is called Maven path setting. So go to system environment variables. Do you know this now? Very good. Which variable? System environment variables. Click on environment variables. Click on path variable, any section, either the first section or last section, doesn't matter. Path variable. Click on what? Edit. Click on what? New. Control V, paste it. Then say move up. You can move up or you can keep it like that, no problem. Nothing to worry now. That's it. Are you clear now? Now, okay. Again say okay. There is a okay button here, right? Okay. Now you tell me, I did Maven path setting now after download. What should I do now? Go to command prompt, check whether Maven is properly set or not. mbn space hyphen version or double hyphen version also correct. mbn space double hyphen version. Type this command. Now see, you are getting some message called Apache Maven 399 software. Maven home is so and so. This is a location where Maven is installed. Java version 17 I am using. Blah blah blah. You are getting something like that. You are getting this message means what? Your path setting is done properly. Now I should type what commands? Compile, test. So first of all, where is my project? You should know the location of the project. How to know the location? Right click on the project and go to properties. Last option called what? Properties. You can see the location here. Location here. This is my workspace. What's my workspace name? Test. Where test is my workspace available in? Documents. Documents is a folder in Windows. Windows is a folder in users. In that, what's my project name? Spring App 1. Copy this. Copy this. Then cancel it. That window you cancel because you want location. You have copied it. Go to command prompt, cd, paste it. Then tell me, currently cursor is at project folder now. Then tell me which command I have to type. mbn space compile. I got build success now. What is the next command? Next command. mbn space test. Again, we got a message called what? Build success. What is the next command? mbn space package. Meanwhile, if you want, you can right click and refresh your project here once. Some folders are getting target, but jar file is created or not created? Not created. When the jar file is created? If you run the package command, mbn space package. Build success now. Again, go to your project in the IDE, right click and refresh. Now see the target folder. What file is created? Jar file is created. Are you able to follow me? How to delete? Suppose all these previously generated, I want to make target folder empty by deleting everything which is deleted in the previous build. How can I do that? MVN space clean. Go to project and right click, refresh. Now you tell me target folder is empty again. Are you able to follow me? So, but this time I'm executing from within IDE or from command prompt. So we can also execute from where? Command prompt. But to execute from command prompt, first I have to install the Maven software or not? Yes, Maven software is nothing but what file? Zip file. From where you can download? maven.apache.org website. Download zip file, extract, then set the path. Like JDK path, you know. Similarly, what path you need to set? Maven path. Maven path in the system variable. Able to follow me now? Right. Tell me what's a single command to compile, to test and package the entire application into jar file? One command, mvn space package. Package. Install means it is stored in. If you want to copy into local repository also, then type what command? mvn space install. You want to only just package, then package. Instead of typing compile, test, package like that, what is the one command we type? Package. Build success. Now once again, you go and check here, right click, refresh. Jar file is newly created again. Again, the jar file is created one more time. Did you guys understood? Did you guys understood about what is the point I'm trying to tell you now? Am I clear with that now? Right. So tell me from how many places we can able to execute our Maven commands? From how many places we can execute our Maven commands to build the project? 2 places within IDE or from command prompt. Okay, first point I want to write. So far I have explained but not written any statements. I want to add the statements now. Okay, tell me first point. To build a project, we can execute Maven commands. We can execute Maven commands from where to where? From where and where? We can execute Maven commands from either from
IDE or
the IDE
command
or from command prompt. Okay, right. Understand here. To execute the commands in IDE, we have to right click on the project. We have to right click on the project and we have to right click on the project, then arrow for the option run as, then option Maven build ... 3 dots you are getting Maven build ... Okay, that is to execute the commands in IDE. But to execute the commands from command prompt, we need to download and install the Maven software. From which website? maven.apache.org. Binary zip file is there, na? Download the zip file, extract the zip file. Okay, I'll tell you that. To execute from the command prompt, download the Maven software from. Maven software is nothing but what file? Zip. Download the Maven software file from maven.apache.org. Am I clear? maven.apache.org. Download the zip file from maven.apache.org and extract the file. After extracting the file, what do you need to do now? Set the maven path. Add, okay, maven/bin folder. I mean, you'll get Apache, maven, blah, blah, blah is there. Add bin folder of maven to the path variable. Okay, system environment variable, right? Add bin folder of maven to the path variable. This is called path setting. You know, path setting already JDK path setting. Similarly, what setting this is? Maven path settings. Add bin folder of maven to the path variable. Path variable. You know how to add to the path variable? Do you know already how to set the maven path or JDK path? System environment variables. Steps I will do. I will tell you otherwise. Okay. To set the maven path, first, number one, on Windows search, type environment and select edit system environment variable. Next, you click on environment variables button. Just whatever I did, I'm writing here, okay? Click on edit environment variables button. Okay, once you click on the button, next step is choose path variable, then click edit. Next, click new button and copy and paste the Maven's bin path. So how I can? I'll of course write it for you. Sorry. This is Maven bin path. I'll copy this for you for your information. Okay, this is the Maven's bin path. Am I clear with you this? So click on the new button and copy and paste the Maven's bin path. Okay, see, whatever 1, 2, 3, 4 steps I'll explain once again. See, this is Windows search. What I'm typing in the Windows search? Environment. Then click on what? Edit the system environment variables. Second step is over, or first step is over. Second step is what? Click on environment variables button. Second step is over. Second step is over. Then select the path variable anywhere, either from top or bottom, doesn't matter. Then click on edit button. Edit button. Then click on new button. Then type the copy paste the Maven bin folder path. Maven's bin. Able to follow me now? I'll delete this. Tell me now. New, copy and paste the bin. Say okay. Again say okay one more time. Again say okay. The same thing I'm also typing here. Choose the path variable, then click edit. Click new button and copy paste the Maven's bin path. That's path I'm copy pasting here. Then tell me what next I have to do now. Click on OK. You have to click OK to close the windows. Three times you have to click OK so that OK, the windows are closed. Very good. Now tell me, what are the commands that you have learned so that we can start working with the source code for Spring application from next session? Tell me, what are the Maven commands to compile? Okay. See, I'll also show you better. Just observe it. First of all, tell me how to clean. Okay, from command prompt also I can execute now. Tell me how to clean. MVN space clean. Refresh so that the target folder is deleted. In the target folder, everything got deleted. Target folder is empty now. Nothing is there in target folder. Yes. Tell me what the first command. MVN compile. MVN compile. Compile is the first goal. First goal is compile. Maven project goals. Compile is one goal. Command means goal. Goal is compile. This is for compiling source code. How to compile the test cases? If it said test cases are compiled and executed also. I want to only compile, but I don't want to test. I don't want to execute them, only compile. Please understand here. MVN space test dash compile. What this will do? This command, it will only compile the test cases, but does not execute them. I have a question to you. Are you getting any message called executed, test executed 1, errors 0? Like that, are you getting any message here? Above the build success message? No. What are you getting? Compiling one source file with Java C. That's it. Did everyone understood? Did everyone understood about what I am trying to say? Online folks, if you have any question, please let me know. If you have any question, please let me know. Guys, am I clear with you now? Tell me this time, test cases are executed or only compiled? Only compiled. How to execute them now? MVN space test. MVN space test. Am I clear with you? Done. Guys, we got the message called build success, but above that, what is there? Test run 1, failure 0, error 0, skip 0. You are getting message now? Previously, are you getting this message? Because their test cases are executed or only compiled. Tell me how to only compile the test cases? Test dash compile. Okay, how to execute them? Test. So directly say test. It will compile and execute. So one more goal, one more command is there in the middle. Very good. Next, how to package them? MVN space package. Then how to copy this jar file into the local repository of Maven? MVN space install. All these commands we can execute from the command prompt also. Otherwise from the IDE also. Mostly when we are beginning at the Spring, we are going to execute directly in the IDE only. Directly in the IDE. Directly we are going to execute within IDE only. We are not going to execute from the command prompt. But when we are into Spring Boot, we are going to execute from the command prompt. Because at that time, we are also going to pass some command line arguments. What arguments we are going to pass? Command line arguments we are going to pass to Spring Boot application. At that time, we are going to execute from the command prompt. So this knowledge is going to be useful more and more in the Spring Boot. Okay. Anyhow, it is important. But once what I will do is, I'll right click and I'll say refresh. Please try to understand. I'll say right click and refresh. Okay, jar file is created. You can see that the jar file is created now. Are you able to follow me? Right. So what is a direct command? See, I want to go to pom.xml. Please understand. In the pom.xml, what is the version of the project? You can see your project parameters here. What is your group ID? What is the artifact ID? What is the version? Now this time I want to create a 002 snapshot. I did some change now. Control yes. Then what should be my next jar file version? 002 snapshot, not 001. Am I clear or not? Yes. So tell me first how to clean the previous build. Now go to command prompt. Could you guys tell me one command to clean the previous and create a new one? MVN clean space package or install, your choice. You got some command here? I got a build success now. Go to the project, right click and refresh. If you refresh, then only target folder will be newly generated. I mean, it will get the new files. Now you tell me here 001 or 002 002. The new file is created now? Yes. Did you guys understood about all these commands and goals now? Right. Tell me in the local repository, which version of jar file is available? 001 available, but not 002. Then tell me how to verify this. We will go to C drive. Tell me where is the location of the local repository? Users, Windows, .m2, repository in Ashok IT, Spring App 1, 001. 002 is not available. Okay. MVN space install. Now tell me, we got a build success now? Go to the local repository, then tell me what folder also created. 002 snapshot is also available here. This is 002 version. Previous one is same project, but two versions. 002, 001. Spring context 622 version is there. 621 is also there. Same, in the same way they are generated, all these things. Are able to follow me now? Very good. Now, you got to know some commands here. Tell me, what are the commands? One command is what? Compile. Of course, how to execute this command? MVN compile. MVN space compile. Tell me what it will do. What this command will do? Compiles the source code. Compile the source code files. Okay. The generated files are stored. Okay, that class files only. Generated files are stored into what folder? Target folder. Target folder automatically created. MVN test compile. Tell me, it will compile the source code files or test case files? It will compile the test case files. Again, same. The generated files are stored into target folder. I just want to complete this, okay? Then I'll share the notes with you today. Next one is what? MVN test. It will execute. Already compile, na? Next step is what? Execute the test case files. Next step, MVN package. What it will do? What will it do? It will generate the or simply packages the application into a jar file. The generated file is stored into which folder? Target folder. Did you guys understood now? MVN install. Tell me what it will do. Okay. Copies the generated jar file into local repository. Note. We no need to execute the above commands in the order. We can directly execute we can directly execute either package or install command. That's enough, right? We can directly execute what package or install command. That's it. MBN package is enough. Now to compile, test, not required. Directly package or install also okay. Okay, na? Directly execute either package or install command. Next, another point in the note. Okay. Okay. To clean the previous build. Previous build means what? Previous files. To clean the previous files or previous build, it means to remove all the files and folders from the target directory. Execute. Which command you would execute? MBN. What is that? MBN clean. That's called to clean the previous build. Previous build means previously whatever is generated. How to remove all of them? MBN clean. So whenever you are going to start a new build for the project, first what you have to do? Clean the previous build. How to clean the previous build? By using command called MBN clean. First you execute this command. After that, you can say package or install. Okay. We can also execute what command to clean the previous build and also to create a new build. What's the command? MBN. Third point I'll write. To clean the previous build, last point I'm writing. To clean the previous build and also to create a new build. Here new build means WAR file or jar file, okay? And also to create a new build at a time. At a time, execute. What's the command? MBN clean space package. Either package or install, that your wish. Did you guys understood so far what we discussed here? Right. So MBN, when should you type MBN command if you are working in command prompt? When should I type directly clean package goals? In IDE. Am I clear with the so far concept now? So we are good to go to start with the Spring framework. Now we are done whatever the prerequisite things required, so that from tomorrow we are going to start with the first Spring application. So tomorrow first we will execute one simple Spring applications. Whenever tomorrow's class starts, first we are going to start with the first Spring application. After that, then we are going to see types of dependency injections and what is constructor injection, what is setter injection. I'm going to tell you those kind of things tomorrow. Am I clear with you now? Right? That's for today. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you. I will share these notes with you. Please go through it. From tomorrow, we'll start with the application development using Spring.
Sir.
Yeah.
So if we clean the previous build, then it will be deleted from the local repository?
No. That I have already shown you now. I've already shown that. It is not going to delete from the local repository, only from the target folder. From local repository, we need to manually delete.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And whenever you say next time install, it will override. If you are not deleting from local repository, it will override the file. When you say new time, next time, when you say install again, then what happens? So it will override the existing file which is available in the local repository.
Okay, sir.